All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Chahakash, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom Barakatham. This is going to be a real quick in transit and just an exhortation to all of the Yakim out there, a few sisters that may listen. If you have the truth, all right, you have everything, all right? And this is something that Satan plays on in this society. The way I see it, you know, Satan can play on you in two different directions. He can play on you by the pleasure of your flesh, all right, and the fear of things in your flesh. And through pleasure and fear, he can manipulate you through your flesh, man. And it can oftentimes feel like all is lost. There's no hope. You know, we were talking about the analogy of the Rocky movies at camp this past week, about the real warriors, the real champions. They have something special inside of them. And no matter what their circumstances are, they have a belief in their mind that they can win, okay? When you read Isaiah 25th chapter, what we were discussing, where it says death and hell were swallowed up in victory, okay? And so why another reason you hear us say examine yourself whether or not you be in the faith is because that examination is going to reconfirm that you're in possession of that pearl of great price the scriptures speak about, man, all right, which is your access to the kingdom, okay? That's what it is. It's like being broke as hell, having an overdraft account, you know, creditors down your neck, the repo man outside about to take your whip, but you have the winning lottery ticket, you know. Now all you have right now is the piece of paper, okay? But if you get that piece of paper to the correct place, your identity is confirmed, then guess what? You're gonna be rewarded. none of that shit you went through is gonna matter, man. All right? You're not gonna be worried about a maxed out credit card or all of this other stuff. Once you get there, you get paid, you're gonna be good, man. Okay? And you know what happens to an individual that has a winning lottery ticket? It doesn't really matter what their situation is. It doesn't matter how down bad they are, how many holes is not checking for them, you know, so to speak. So lucky if it's loud, it's raining, it's pretty bad. It doesn't really matter. Do you know why? Because he knows for a fact, he confirmed those numbers, he's got the winning lottery ticket. And that's how you have to look at the truth, man. You know? You have a lottery ticket that you haven't cashed in on yet. But you gotta be sure of this, you know? Because anything outside of that, Satan is gonna get an advantage of you because our flesh is weak. It wants to run from things that are difficult, and it doesn't want to stop doing things that are pleasurable, okay? Which means you have to have balance, man. That's what righteousness means. It really goes into just. Just means to be in the middle, okay? Which means you balance things out. You know, that's what it means to be righteous, man. Okay? So that everything has to have a balance to it. And when we get those new bodies, all right, we're gonna have a perfect understanding of justice, a perfect understanding of righteousness. We're gonna innately do it, and we're gonna the same propensity that we have to want to go off and do something that's against our best interest because of our flesh. We're gonna have that same propensity to do the right thing. That's gonna cause life to proliferate, man, and not just our own, everything around us, man. That's why the scriptures say we'll be a light. You know, all of that is in the possession of this knowledge that you have in the truth, man. That seal that the Lord has on you, Lord's willing, you're of the number, you know, but you gotta pray. But this thing is a fight, man. All right. Now think about that analogy again with the lottery ticket. You know, now let's say, you know, you live in a neighborhood, somebody know you got the winning lottery ticket. Well, guess what? That's gonna provide obstacles. That's gonna present obstacles in front of you, man. You know, because there are people all right, who know that they didn't really pick the correct numbers. They picked the wrong numbers, all right, but they still want to supplant you and take you out, okay? You're going to have people looking at you different, man. Your ex-girlfriend that dogged you out or went with another man or whatever she did, she already, in her mind, she's sick, you know? She already know, like, damn, I fucked up. All right, you got to get ready for the adversity that comes along with having the winning lottery ticket, man, in a neighborhood full of niggas, you know? Yeah, that's where we are, man, you know? Now, it's going to be manifest pretty soon when people see that these prophecies that we speak about all the time, these crazy guys on YouTube, you know, on the highways and byways, you know, they're always using curse words and going into this and talking about everybody's going to die. Well, there's going to come a time when people are going to realize that what we're saying is irrefutable, okay? And that all of their menial existence, these mere mortals, that's what I'm going to start calling these heathen, man, mortals. You know, you got to start, I'm going to start talking like Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. I'm going to start calling niggas mortals. You know, because you got to be in that spirit that we've already won, man, that death is already swallowed up, man. And what did the scriptures promise us? That we would be gods, man. All right? Well, if we're gods and we're immortal, what does that make everybody else? Mortals. All right? So you see these people, man, like they're gonna be, they're already our enemies, but their hatred towards us is gonna be manifest, man. You know? You have to walk around with that confidence, and whatever you have to do to build that confidence up, do it, man. You got to read, you got to go on a fast, and do that. All right. But this thing is suffering is an art form, man. It's an art. You know, it can't be taught. Okay, you can't teach an art. You teach science, you can't teach an art. Art is just something that the man, he gets it through repetitions. You know. The only way to learn how to suffer is to suffer. You can't go in the classroom never having experienced no pain, no nothing, and they're going to give you the breakdown, the formula on how to overcome suffering. No. Every man is different, man. It's unique. Okay? And so, get used to it, because Yahweh Shai said, you know, well, it's written that Yahweh Shai is acquainted with grief, which he was, a man of sorrows. All right, and the scriptures also said this: it's better to deal in the house of mourning than in the house of mirth. Okay, your flesh is gonna say otherwise, because why? It's hungry all the time. It wants to drink. It wants to it wants to go out. It wants to have sex. It wants to do all kind of things that ain't really conducive for the long term, the longevity of the flesh. The flesh is a short term thinker, man. Okay, it's a short-term thinker. It's not long-term. You know, it's gonna tell you to eat a whole bag of Doritos. All right, and it's gonna ignore the long-term side effects that come along with eating Doritos all the goddamn time. You know, so it's about being kingdom-minded, being occupied in prophecy. Okay, showing up your faith. You know, and enduring, man. Scriptures refer to us as soldiers, man. And one thing soldiers can do, they can suffer. They can take orders and they can suffer, man. They're the grunts, all right? And we're going to be greatly rewarded for the works and for the adversity that we went through, man. When we overcome this thing finally, when we go through Jacob's trouble, which will be our major test, and if we overcome that, man, that is a wrap. You have, like the scriptures say, no more tears, no more sorrow. We ain't even gonna know what it's like to feel broke. We ain't money. We ain't even gonna need money, you know? And so keep at it, man, you know? This world is designed to break you. It's a prison. It's supposed to try you, man. Satan is the ruler of this world. What does the word Satan mean? It means adversary. But adversary to who? Satan is not gonna be adverse to the things that's gonna help him provide more adversity, you know? Satan is not worried about the men that don't know who they are, that's rolling backwoods, that think committing adultery with another man's woman is a good thing, is something to be proud of. He's not worried about them. He's worried about the men that are fighting. Okay? So keep these things in mind. The more on the straight path it is, the more difficult it is, but that's required of us to go through the straight gate, you know. And so that's all I really wanted to say on the matter. You know, there's plenty of precepts throughout the scriptures that back these things up, man. But you know, it being Monday, man, we got to get through this thing, man. We want this place to fall like yesterday, you know. So I ended there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. On to the next. Shalom.